Right, I don't know if anyone's going to join this because it's only like fucking 10 in the morning. Obviously, it's not 10 in the morning all around the world, though, is it? So, I'm going to be reading some of my book, How to Date an Antique Table, The Lover's Guide. Unfortunately, it's going to be backwards to you so that I can actually see what's on the screen as I'm doing it. Now, ideally, what I would like is for people to choose page numbers whilst this is going on live. So I'm going to leave it for, let's give it until we're 1 minute in to see if anyone joins, and then we'll get a page number off them. If not, I'm going to choose maybe 4 pages at random and read you to you what's on them. So that gives you an idea of what's in there, doesn't it? If you would like to get it, it's £8.50 off my website, worldaroundyou.com. It's £11.50 if you buy it through Amazon, but I only make £1 on it through Amazon. Otherwise, I can make a little bit more through my website, but I don't get up the ratings on Amazon. But I don't think that matters anyway, because really, who's going to be searching this sort of thing out on Amazon and actually buy it? So probably not the smartest idea I've had to make such a fucking weirdly specific and niche thing. But yeah, so no one's joined, which is fully understandable. There's not many subscribers. I've only got like 1,000 or so. So we're gonna pick a random page. Close my eyes. That one will do. Fly kites. So remember, this is a dating idea for you and your antique table. So on the picture there, you've got the kite in the air, and that's you here, this lady with ginger hair, and you've got your antique table, and you've stuck down the kite handle to them, tied it on, and obviously their kite's not flying very well. The antique table's not very good at flying kites, really. So, whilst not a long date, it could be a fun date. Purposely tangle your kite with your antique table's kite so that they can use it as an excuse to get closer. It's a way to show you can make the most out of a bad situation. Most people will be put off going outside in strong winds. Not you. You're willing to brave the winds to stand alone. Just you and your antique table in a field. A little quick one there. So we'll go again. This time we'll flick from the front. So there you go. What's that one? Oh, that's rock climbing. So you're here, you're harnessed up, your antique table. Whoever's watching, give us a page number between 3 and 101, and I'll read you the page, mate, specifically for you. This is rock climbing, so it's a date you can have with your antique table. So here's your antique table. They're harnessed up as well for a bit of bouldering. So, indoor rock climbing, edging, camming devices, and a rope. Perfect. Obviously a great way to build trust as you'll be controlling the line of your antique table, and then the same for you. It turns out rock climbing is also a fun activity, chock full of innuendo. You can discuss your overhang, tell your antique table, flash in front of one another, and can compliment their success. Flirtatiously suggest a good hand jam, or to shove your fist in a crack. Or laugh about how you've been practicing for a while now and think you will have a red point. Rock climbing should seldom be a solitary event. It is always much safer to have company, so that you can suggest that you and your antique table do this more regularly. So it's always much safer to have company, so you can suggest that you and your antique table should do this more regularly. Then it's less of a date and more of an activity you both enjoy doing. It's also great because you will seem sensible whilst also being daring enough that when you suggest you should take each other in thrill seeking for the sake of one another's safety. But, you know, it's quite romantic, isn't it? To be like, oh, let's go rock climbing, but I need you to come with me to keep me okay, you know, keep me safe. Right, we'll do one more, and then we'll go. It should take us to 5 minutes. I think that's long enough. So, from the front again, unless there's a person watching. Who's watching then? If you're watching, give us a page number between 3 and 101, and I'll read you that page. Otherwise, this will be your last one. So, we're on to the pick-up lines. So there's some chat-up lines in here as well. Are you one of the judges? Good choice. Good choice, deadhead.com. We'll read that one in a second. Are you one of the judges? You're not. What can I come on the panel? You see, they've all got something to do with tables. You wanna tell them that you know that they're an antique table, innit? You want that antique table to know that you're only interested in antique tables. Even more specifically, you want that antique table to think that's the only antique table that you care about. The antique table doesn't need to know that you've had your eye on other antique tables, or, you know, you've been thinking about getting a few antique tables in your house or on the go. They don't need to know that. I bet if you wanted to be, you could be a Chippendale. So, you know, there's a little chat up lines in there, but we'll get to page 69 now for deadhead.com. So, well, deadhead.com. Well, 67... 69 is enjoy a classy meal. So, there you go. You're having a classy meal. It's just you and your antique table, sat face to face. You got your food there. Obviously, antique tables aren't much of an eater, but you can eat whatever you want. You got a posh light up here as well, candles. So you know it's a posh, it's a classy place. Enjoy a classy meal. The most expensive game of footsie you've ever had. Imagine the scene. Violins playing quietly in the background. Attractive tables interacting with well-attired and respectable people, jesting with one another. What does amuse-bouche even mean? And whilst there is currently no tongue and groove in the room, there's nothing to say that there might not be later. Can you see Baz is here? Take turns rubbing each other's inner legs under the larger table. If you really want to get yourself going, fantasise about how you're currently under one table whilst looking your antique table in the eye. Or, better yet, show that you value your antique table more than other tables by disrespecting the antique table you're eating at. Rest your elbows on its surface. Purposely knock it as you manoeuvre your foot away from your antique table's leg. Don't be too malicious though. Resist scratching the surface or leaving any lasting scuffs, as this may intimidate your antique table. They may question your intentions. Do they see me as nothing but an object? If he won't use a coaster now, how can I trust him to use protection later? They may be generally put off by excessive aggression. For others, it may be a serious red flag that you don't treat others with kindness. Either way, this is a risky strategy, but I'm sure you will have assessed your date accordingly to warrant spending such extortionate fees on food. Remember to always take advantage of the free bread and water. So what do you think, Deadhead? Let me know what you think of that, and then I'll probably go. I'll show you a couple pictures. Here you are. That I've drawn. Here's one for plane watching. So you can go plane watching. I do, Christina. It's a fucking shocker, innit, mate? Who would have thought? A guy that fucking peels the skin off of dead rats and writes books about how to fuck furniture as a missus. But I do. Why do you ask? Do you think these are the dates I take her on? Fucking don't really take her on any dates. Yeah, we could go hang gliding, mate. So that's hang gliding. You're there. I know who you are, Deadhead. I know. I remember your name, man, from the other day. Oh, my dog's just fucking hit me in the balls. Down, Baz. Down, lad. Oh, thank you, Christina. I'm glad you love what I do. Oh, here's a good one. Here's one of the best. Get arrested together. So here you are. Here's you, a balding older gentleman with your raincoat on, your trousers and your boxers, your tighty whities down by your ankles, and your antique table beside you. And what you're doing is you're exposing yourself to this woman and her child. So get arrested together. Lots of fun can be had so long as you care less. This is like a license to print money. Coincidentally, that'd be a great way to get arrested together. Buy a printer and start selling real licenses for creating counterfeit currency. Obviously, the more obscure the crime, the more memorable. But I suppose the more heinous the crime, the more memorable too. Killing sprees may be a little intense for your average person, but if you feel like slaughtering innocents for the sensation of admiration from an antique table, then maybe that's what your antique table requires from you to prove you're serious, then so be it. I was thinking more along the lines of shoplifting or car theft rather than hurting anyone, as this may scare away your antique table. So that's some dating advice and chat up lines on how to date an antique table, a lover's guide. £8.50 from theworldaroundyou.com or £11 odd from Amazon if you want to buy it from there. Except if you buy it from Amazon, you bump me up the ratings a little bit, but I won't worry about that. I'd rather you save a couple of quid. You know, why spend £11 on something when you could spend £8 on something? Won't make any sense, innit? Right, guys, Deadhead and Christina Thermidor. I'm going to go, guys. I'm going to leave this video up, though, so if you two want to take it upon yourselves to share this around and be like, I've got a shout out, mate, on this video where this guy's telling you how to fuck a table. Fucking go for it, guys. Otherwise, it was nice talking to you. I'm glad you took part. I'll see you in a bit.